Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here with another potion, shroom, hatter, and smug-assed smoking caterpillar-filled romp down the rabbit hole in XCOM, The Long War. Now, right about now, you're probably saying, Pete, none of that shit exists in XCOM. And you're totally correct, none of that shit does exist in XCOM. Except that we have both Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan on our team, who, between the two of them, probably sweat enough waste hallucinogens to keep even Keith Richards rocking for at least another century or so. So, forgive me if I occasionally lapse into fevered dementia, but I challenge anyone to spend time with both Charlie and Lindsay and not catch a contact buzz. It's pretty much impossible. And while we're on the subject of fever dreams, we might as well talk about our last mission as well. If memory serves me correctly, we raided a small UFO, got some experience for a few of our lower-ranking troopers, and then even fetched back some meld, all without a single visit to the infirmary for an emergency spine replacement, a total facial reconstruction, or a complete cranial rehack. I mean, nobody got their head blown off, which is pretty goddamn unlikely when I'm in charge of things. So I probably dreamed it. I mean, injury-free missions just aren't something that happens when I'm running a show. And since I'm enjoying this fabulous fancy, I guess maybe I'll get to scanning and see if maybe I can wake myself up from my delightful dream. I guess it's sort of like the Matrix, wherein the computer just lacks the programming language to express the human desire from utopia, and my primitive cerebellum just can't help but start waking up after it. Well, that's enough to wake anybody up. Nice to see Kit back on duty, not that I ever anticipate taking him on another mission. But Michael, I've been a loyal servant. Shut up, kid. I'm not taking you on another mission. You're a piece of crap, and I have mech troopers now. Oh, that was a sad from Kit there. Can't really tell it because it's just the one sound, but it was definitely defeated from Kit. The sectopod research is complete. That's excellent, actually. Not necessarily for battle computers, which I'm not even sure what those do, to be honest. Or the weapon supercooler. I just was, chastising our Shiv, telling him how we're never taking him on an mission, so it's pretty unlikely we're ever going to take one of those. But reflex cannons, oh yeah, we'll be building a number of reflex cannons, because those things are, as the item available slot here says, they are extremely deadly. They are fantastic, do a shit ton of damage to anything that's on the business end of that bad bag. So we'll probably be building a couple of those. Not right away, though, because we're out of Illyrium, which is why we're going to do this ethereal autopsy, because we have what it takes to research, so just go ahead and get that started.
This specimen appears to be at the top of the alien hierarchy.
Clearly, which is why it looks like a wet bag of garbage.
Its physical form is not suited for combat by any means.
Well,
However,
I just made the wet bag of garbage observation there, Dr. V. I think combat probably not up its
at their
alley.
disposal, which helps to explain why the other species are subordinate to them.
I don't know, if your species can be subjugated by something that looks like literally a sack of trash that's been left out in the rain, I'm not too sure that you're long for the universe. Which, considering our encounters with ethereals, doesn't speak well for the prospects of humanity, I guess. Kind of brought myself down. Thanks, Dr. V. You made me depress myself just by being around you. I'm gonna go back to scanning. Jerk. Alright, toss me a mission here. Come on. 2 engineers for a floater captive. You know what? I've said a number of times that there's not really anything I would trade engineers for. I lied. This is one trade I'll make. I have 2 floater captives and nobody ever seems to want them, so why the hell not? I alternatively could sell them for 10 credits, which again, I don't really need. I suppose I need them probably more than 2 engineers, but whatever. Sometimes you gotta give a little to get a little. It just makes me happy giving those people of whatever nation that was an opportunity to fulfill their request.
From the council.
Nice to see that huge Axeman finally came back on duty. Apparently, his healing factor finally decided to work. I'm sure probably Magneto had disabled it, because that's the way it always works with the healing factor. And finally, the writers decided to give him back his signature ability. What do we got here? Deploy a squad to investigate. So we've got the bridge map.
Excellent.
This is probably going to be a bomb defusal mission then. Nothing else to say. Just look forward to seeing my progress, Optimus Prime. No threats to touch anyone inappropriately or peep through the windows with your voyeuristic fetishes. Maybe all the lawsuits we've suffered have finally brought Optimus Prime into line. We're going to try and do this with not necessarily a top shelf crew, but we don't want to take garbage water into a bomb disposal mission. Last time we did that, didn't work out so well. So we're going to take a couple top-notch troopers, and then we'll just take on along whoever else happens to be handy. For our leader, I think Sean Penn's going to be fine in that capacity. We're going to give Sean a little bit of Aegis armor. Of course, the Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger, always carrying the weapon of his fallen homie, Sean No Angel Penn. Little bit of payback Sean is looking for. You can see it in his face. Look at that, just that determined, steely-eyed glare. Either that or he's smoked about 3 pounds of hashish and doesn't know where he is. Either one is equally likely. But his kit is sorted, so that's got Sean Penn ready. What else we got here? You know, I think I'm going to take Junkyard Kardashian. No chance that we're going to be running into an ethereal in this mission, so the mind control thing not really an issue for Kimmy. And with her bombard ability, she can toss grenades a country mile. Which is exactly as long as a regular mile, by the way. Just it's got that extra word to make it sound longer. And a slew of grenades, that's going to have Kim sorted. And here's where we could probably start dipping down. Now, like I said, I don't want to go with just trash troopers, but I do want to take all the remaining troopers who at least can use experience. So Lady Gaga will be nice in that capacity. Now, for the Gogster, we're going to go, of course, she's our base of fire gunner, so it's going to be Gauss machine gun, alloy bipod, and a scope for the Gogster. And that's got her sorted. Still need a scout as well as an assault trooper. I think we'll take Reb Ryder Brown because while I do hate myself, I don't necessarily hate myself enough right now to stoop to taking Tara Reid. So let's take Reb the Immortal Madman. And of course he's going to be carrying some Titan armor for us. We're going to give the Rebster an alloy cannon. He'll be carrying a chemical grenade and an arc thrower. Of course, capture's definitely a possibility for the Rebster. And that's got Reb Brown sorted. Get an assault trooper to keep him company. I'm thinking Jonathan Key Kwan will probably be fine in that respect. We'll grab a little slick shoes here. For the Slickster, a little Titan armor for him as well. And we're going to tote him out with an alloy cannon. A little bit of Walker servos, and again we are going to go with the arc thrower just on the outside chance we get a chance at a thin man there. Possible we could see other units on this, but mostly in your bomb defusal missions, which I'm pretty certain this is going to be, based on the mission description. Mostly it's thin men, so what else do we need? Probably a medic. Yeah, we still need a medic. Alright, let's grab... You know, this is an opportunity for the rat to put a little EXP on him, assuming he's out of his hole. John Leguizamo is, in fact, peeking out of his hole, eagerly looking for a little bit of EXP cheese. And we're going to deliver him a nice chunk of Gouda here, so... You know, what do we want to fill out that last spot with? I think we'll give the rat our Gauss rifle and then probably take one of our snipers. This map actually is reasonably well suited to the sniper, so... Do we have a sniper that could use some EXP that's not in a hospital and isn't Penelope Cruz? The answer is no. Well, we've got Jeff Goldblum, but I'd rather punch myself in the throat than take Jeff Goldblum on a mission. So let's, well, we haven't had a Rocketeer in a while. That just seems like a terrible idea. Let's take one of our backup infantry guys instead. The Groove Injector could probably be okay. Let's grab him, and we're going to do a little bit of readjusting then. We're going to give Rat, since his aim is trash and he's not really here to shoot at things anyway, we're going to give him a laser rifle, just garden variety. And we'll give that Gauss weapon to the Groove Master. Bringer of Groove, Wooer of Ladies, Tay Diggs. And for Tay, it's going to be a scope and a laser sight to complete his kit. And it's got Tay Diggs sorted. And our final unit then is definitely going to be, I think, the Drakester. Could take T-Swizzle. Crimson Lip Goddess of Death, of course, desirable, both physically and from a killing standpoint. She is fantastic murderous. But she doesn't need experience anymore, and we actually like Drake's build a little bit better. We picked one bad ability with Tay-Tay, so she's not exactly punching at the top of her game. And like I said again, Drake needs experience, Tay-Tay really does not. Because let's face it, between the two, one of them had a platinum album this year, and that person was not Drake. Taylor Swift actually, I think, had the only platinum album in 2014. The only one. Which sort of sounds like a death knell for the music industry, but I digress. Anyway, That's got Drake sorted. Going to give him the proximity mine launcher this time, as well as the flamethrower, and we're going to get things started. So let's get stuck in. See what old Johnny Council has in store for us, besides 225 credits and some unnecessary panic reduction.
Strike one. Prepare for landing.
Here we go.
We're going to be putting down in Mexico for this mission.
That's all you got, Bradford? Jesus Christ, you're not even fucking trying anymore, are you? Just like, hey, we're going to Mexico. Go fuck yourself. That's a fantastic briefing there, Bradford. I'm glad you're on the team, buddy. What is there, like a 12-pack cooling under your desk that you got to urgently get to that you can't even tell us what we're about here? When this mission is over, you're fired.
We just detected a massive plasma weapon being primed for detonation in the area.
Okay, so it is the bomb defusal. We were right about that.
Thing and it blows. We're looking at mass casualties.
You know, the aliens haven't successfully defused one of those bad boys yet, so...
in the area. The aliens are using some kind of portable power node to charge their bomb for detonation.
Really?
If you can disable that equipment...
You know, I'd like to remind you, Dr. Shin, that this isn't our first rodeo, and you've given us this same briefing like 4 times, so I'm just throwing it out there, but we sort of know how this works. I mean, for one, it's not rocket science. 2, you've had us do it a number of times. Anyway, let's get our base of fire gunner in sort of a base of fire. That looks like a fantastic spot. Now this, I'm fully expecting this to pop a pod, actually. Actually, I'm kind of hoping that it does. Thanks, game. Seriously, sometimes this is how you know that XCOM fucking hates you. It hates everything about you. It's gonna be Overwatch then. I guess we'll advance. We're gonna let's have the groove injector take cover. So we've got a fairly clear lane of fire here. We sort of need somebody to head up to. Where's our scout? Reb, why don't you go ahead and disarm the thingamabob? Now, we don't necessarily want to go any too terribly much further, so let's have Jonathan Key-Kwan move up here. And we haven't triggered a pod, and at this point I'd really prefer to not trigger a pod if at all possible, so we're just going to try and find some cover for everyone.
10-4.
Let's make a nice little delightful spot for the aliens to bomb the holy living shit out of and just ruin our entire team with one well-placed grenade. What do you say? Let's do something stupid.
Rolling out.
It is my forte, folks. I mean, nobody does stupid as well as I do. Aliens haven't popped yet, so arguably that should be a safe move, but I'm sure the game's just waiting to make an asshole out of me by spawning 35 guys. Yeah, it could always happen. There you go. Old Drake gonna get a little bit of Overwatch here. That didn't look like a hit, but apparently the velocity of Drake's passing bullet was sufficient to nigh on murder that man. Also, he ran like 400 miles after Drake hit him. Guessing there's another pod then over here somewhere. Okay then. So let's have Sean Penn advance to here.
Heading out.
Sean Penn does have a tactical sense. Alright, so there's our pod. Oh, apparently those guys get a reaction move too, huh? Oh, lovely. I guess reaction moves all around then. And we're going to have... You know what? Let's have Sean Penn rapid fire here. After he defuses the bomb. Sean Penn, of course, always so eager to help those less fortunate than him that he frequently refuses to do mission-critical tasks like defusing bombs. You know what? We're actually going to take this shot. We got a number of people that are going to be able to take that Seeker down. If Sean Penn could have gotten even a little lucky, that would have been a kill. Yeah, see, Kim Kardashian only has the one shot, so we're going to let her go ahead and take down... Oh, that was not at all what I meant to do. Not at all what I meant to do. So Lady Gaga has got the kill there. That's more than a small misplay on my part there. That was poorly done. Poorly done. All right, so the groove injector is going to advance here. He has a flank shot. Oh well, we're going to take that flank shot then. Groove injector, get the kill here. Well, you did critical, so I can't really be too salty. A kill would have been nice. Slick Shoes, you could get a kill with a run and gun and still be in cover. Let's do that. This is extremely risky, and I'm going to do it anyway. Mostly because I'm suicidally risky on just some things. This is probably going to spawn another pod. Oh, no, surprisingly it did not. Alright then. Well, that's just a kill for Slick Shoes then. Slick Shoes racking one up. Lady Gaga still got the 2 targets. She has the definite kill. Reb Brown can probably get the Seeker. I have every confidence in you, Reb. I probably shouldn't, based on your hit percentages, but I have every confidence in you, and that I'm glad that my confidence is well placed, Reb. Well done, sir. Well done. We're just going to take the can't miss shot, save ammo. This will be a kill. No doubt there that Lady Gaga was going to put that man down as though he had a bad poker face. A little bit of Overwatch, and since we have no enemies visible, I think we'll... You know, let's have Drake move pretty aggressively here. We do know there's some enemies behind that truck, and we did bring our proximity mine launcher, so... This should be safe. Also, Jonathan Kikwan's got this area sort of scouted. I think we got an opportunity here to make a little bit of goodness happen with this proximity mine. Assuming we can get it over the truck. Well, we can get it behind the truck. Under the truck? Oh, there we go. Yeah, right there looks nice. Go ahead and drop that on down.
Placing proximity mine.
And if there's anybody in cover behind that, if they try to move around... Oh, there you go. So, bully. Set that square off. Not as much damage necessarily as I would have liked to have gotten out of it, but some damage.
Units retreating.
Also, that guy is apparently falling back. Yeah, whatever. We got 2 thin men advancing. That guy apparently just suicidally ridiculous, gonna just charge right at Drake with his magic legs. No idea what he's hoping to achieve there. I have to assume that, well, he's just sick of life and is ready to end it all. So the Gogster with a poor shot, and that's almost a guaranteed kill. That is the unit that's suppressing. That's got it suppressed as well. We may revisit that in a moment. Let's see who else has shots here. Now, our Groove Injector actually is going to be able to get a kill. This should be able to garner a kill for us. Didn't even need his second shot. Tay Diggs showing some remarkable alacrity for a newbie there. Gotta say, I'm thus far pretty pleased with his performance. Drake has all the movement in the world. So we're going to bring Drake around here. This may again pop a pod, but if anybody can take a beating, it's Drake. He certainly takes one in the media on a regular basis, so, I mean, we know he's got it in him. This is going to be a free kill. Doink, right in his skull. Man, Drake with showing no mercy there. Teaching that guy that, in fact, YOLO, not just his motto, but a way of life. Where are the other 2 enemies that you can see? Got one there and one there. You know what? Those guys aren't popped yet. Let's see if we can get a... Can we get a proximity mine down that far? We cannot. Alright, so... Slick Shoes has the Titan armor. He should be immune to this acid. Yeah, Titan armor. Gonna keep him free of it. Now we could run...
That's another one down.
I think we'll just... We're gonna have him Overwatch, actually.
Got my eyes on.
Drake with the number of available targets. Sean Penn just has 1. Now, Sean Penn can get up to 3 shots here, and we're going to take all 3. Looks like that's a good thing, because apparently we're going to need all 3 as well. So go ahead and rapid fire. And Sean Penn finally closing him out with what actually registered as a miss, but for some reason was not. And that's going to give us an opportunity then, since we know where the next pod is, we're going to go ahead and advance. Rat, we want you on bomb detail. Gimme, go ahead and just cop squat there next to the rat. Probably going to put Drake on Overwatch. Now, Lady Gaga has targets, but no real opportunities to engage. We're just going to have her advance at a dash. Lady Gaga, of course, no real opportunities to engage in real life. Lady Gaga does not believe in marriage, folks. Just throwing that out there. So these guys are going to come up on Drake, and I'm guessing one of them is going to get pounded in the skull. Yeah, good day, sir. Shuffled off the mortal coil. A fallen sparrow there for our homies. It's good that we brought the rat along. We're probably going to need a battle scanner here shortly. I do see a number of seekers. Lady Gaga, no targets available, huh? It's unfortunate. Kimmy, you're just a little bit slower than I would like, my dear. We've got 1 thin man, 2 thin man targets, so we're going a little count style here. 1 thin man, 2 thin man, So this should be, Yeah, I like our chances here. So we're gonna go ahead and advance with Drake. This may spawn those Seekers. I don't care. I'm not worried about Seekers at all.
Positive enemy contacts.
I guess those Seekers were on Overwatch.
They're flanking my position.
Yeah, whatever.
That
Who is flanked suddenly, by the way? Who's calling out that they're flanked? Curious. So there's one kill for Drake. And it's going to be a flank shot that's going to net him another kill here. And it'll be completely dry here in a moment after you put a round through that guy's knee, I guess? Apparently that was a load-bearing knee. Oh, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because most knees are load-bearing. I'm not sure where that guy even came from. We're going to have Lady... just to make on the safe side, we're going to go ahead and take the rapid fire here. One of these might miss. I was considering going for a capture, but honestly, the capture just seems maybe a little bit riskier than I'd like to chance. Little disarm for the rat.
That's 0 energy on that power node.
We're going to have the rat shift, and he's going to drop into Overwatch. Now, Kim K should be relatively safe, so we're going to have old Kimmy advance here at a dash. Kim has yet got an opportunity to employ her fantastic grenades. So I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed by that fact, but I guess if you don't need them, that's always good. It's better to have grenades and not need them than need them and not have them, but we do like to see Kimmy get some kills. Although I guess kills for Kim at this point, she is maxed on EXP, so not necessarily the optimal use of Kim Kardashian, actually.
Heading to that location.
She's more of a backup, which is fine. Kim's used to playing second fiddle to basically every real celebrity.
Affirmative. Covering now.
What to do with the slick shoes here? Run and gun is on cooldown for old Jonathan Keyquan, so arguably we should just find him a little bit better cover and maybe drop him into Overwatch. And we'll be satisfied with that. My guess is Drake's probably going to catch a little bit of aggressive fire here, but nothing that he shouldn't be able to handle. The rat with an Overwatch shot, which missed. Jonathan Keyquan should have been responding here, but apparently falling down on the job. Kim K is going to experiment with a little autoerotic asphyxiation. Although I guess it's not autoerotic if you're not doing it to yourself, but she's still experimenting. Kim's an experimental gal, and hey, we don't falter for that.
Position confirmed.
So Jonathan Keyquan's going to end this man's life. Or, you know, in most of it, I suppose. Not sure why that thing got a reaction move, but Jonathan Keyquan's going to finish what he started here.
Taken care of.
There you go, Johnny. Alright, well, where is Kimmy? Alright, so we're going to have Kim go ahead and disarm that bomb. How far can Kim throw a grenade? The answer is far enough. Good day, Mr. Sectoid. Sir, I say good day to you. I bid you a fond farewell. You are dead, sir. Dead. Twice over, actually, because the exploding car got what was left of you. Alright then, so nothing really to do here but set up some Overwatch traps and wait for the inevitable alien response while we do send in a team to eradicate the bombs. And that's going to give Drake, actually, an opportunity to complete a reload, which he rather desperately needed. Red Brown, why don't you come over here and disarm this bomb for us, buddy? There you go. And you know what? Why don't you head up to that position. We're going to move the Gogster, I think, to there. Probably is going to be a good spot. We're going to have her reload as well. Rat. What to do with the rat?
I'm on the move.
Arguably, one should put him in a cage or flush him down the sewer, but we're going to do neither of those things. Instead, we're just going to have the Immortal Madman advance disarming the bomb for us. And then I think going Overwatch seems good. Jonathan Keyquan, why don't you get into position, let's say, nya.
Okay.
Kim Kardashian is hurt? Why is Kim Kardashian? Oh, she took a 1-point strangle. It's not a problem.
Location confirmed.
We're going to set up for a double disarm on our next turn. Groove Injector. Probably there's a reasonable position for you. You go to Overwatch. Sean Penn's going to be overwatching. Drake also going to overwatch. A bit of reload for Slick Shoes. Lady Gaga overwatching. The Rat also overwatching. And then we're going to complete our disarms here. So we're going to bring Reb the Madman over here. And drop into Overwatch. Slick Shoes going to go for the reload. And then reposition to go for the bomb.
Node is deactivated.
Yeah. And he's going to go ahead and disarm it. Just, I don't really see any reason at this point
Excellent work, Strike
to
One.
not disarm it.
Wipe out any remaining aliens and come on home.
Pretty sure all the
Receiving
aliens are
reports of
dead.
heavy X-ray activity in that area. Enemy forces are likely closing on your location.
Yeah, well, they're going to land and we're going to kill them all. We've just not our first rodeo, Bradford. I mean, I know you completely checked out on the mission before it even started because you wanted to go finish off that case of Budweiser I saw you stealing from Lindsay Lohan's bunk earlier, but there's no reason the rest of us got to phone it in. So one dead thin man. I'm guessing there's going to be at least one more dead thin man in the very near future here.
Damn it, missed the
Nope.
target.
That's somewhat surprising. I was expecting a little bit better Overwatch output from our boys. Not that I feel we're in any kind of trouble or anything. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to handle all this with no real problems. So let's start with our units that are furthest away and least likely to have shots. That's Gaga, who's got nothing. We're going to have Sean Penn reposition. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, there you go, folks. Patent proof that I absolutely refuse to learn how Overwatch works, and Sean Penn's going to pay the price for my ignorance. But on the plus side, Sean is going to get a kill here. Didn't even need a second shot. Sean Penn showing off just a little bit there. Kim Kardashian. Alright, so that guy could be killed at a moment's notice. We can't really afford to move Kim Kardashian. We're just going to go ahead and take the kill with Kimmy, actually. And hope that none of these units have covering fire. I don't see any navigators, so we should be safe there. That's a kill for Kim. Tay Diggs is in an okay position. Yeah, you know what? This is a useful kill. So there's one for Tay Diggs. An unexpected critical. I gotta say, Tay Diggs has really kind of been on fire for us so far. We'll finish him up with a little bit of Overwatch. Jonathan Key Kwan should be able to pull a cheap kill here. Oh, he's not quite close enough, is he? Nope. Between Jonathan Key Kwan and Reb Brown, this guy is almost certain to die. Actually, Reb Brown's just going to straight up die. Won't even need Jonathan Key Kwan to contribute. And Drake should be able to close this bitch out. Yeah. There you go. So, driving some coffin nails for the enemies, and that is going to wrap things up. 18 aliens killed, no operatives lost. Operation Glass Giant, proving to be every bit as good as its predecessor, the Iron Giant, which, fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Arguably Vin Diesel's finest role. And I say that with absolutely no sarcasm or facetiousness, actually. I think it's actually one of Vin Diesel's greatest roles. Were it not for Groot, I would say definitively his greatest role, but Groot was pretty awesome.
On anyone. The troops are better than I thought.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row, Dr. Valen, which sort of leads me back to revisit my earlier premise that clearly I am under the effects of powerful hallucinogens that have been secreted from the sweat glands of Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan. This sort of thing simply does not happen when I'm in charge. I gotta feel more than a little disappointed that we didn't get a single promotion there. Also, Tay Diggs got 3 kills on this mission, and he's been on 5 missions. So, Tay Diggs had not yet killed anything prior to this mission, but somehow was a sergeant? That doesn't make a single lick of sense. Why is he even on a team? Someone that bad should have been fired long, long ago. Clearly, I'm falling down on the job. 1 Delirium. Really, the only resource at this point we cared about, and we got 1. Awesome. 225 credits in panic reduction, though. Woohoo!
Remember, we will be watching.
Hey, here's some shit you don't need. Enjoy. Thanks, Optimus Prime. I really appreciate the fantastic reward you delivered for our fine performance. Really, I'm feeling very appreciated, sir. Yeah. Optimus Prime doesn't treat me right. I think maybe we should look for a different relationship. I really am not feeling satisfied with the whole Optimus Prime thing. I think I made a bad decision, and I'm just kind of stuck in my rut. And I just stay with him out of habit, not because I love him. I think maybe it's time to move on. But anyway, whilst I ruminate over my relationship status with a giant metal robot that transforms into a semi-truck, I'll go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon. So will Optimus Prime.